مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Dear students of grade 9, I welcome you once again with a new lesson of the English language. Today we are going to talk about Module 2D, Writing, page 25. Exercise 3. A student has written about the person he admires most. Read the description and match the phrases below with the paragraphs in the description. So let us listen to what the student has written about his friend.
3. Write.
The person I admire most is my secondary school English teacher, Mr. Nabil. He taught me in my final years, and before him I had no interest in English. However, when I finished school, it was my favorite subject. Mr. Nabil was very serious and quite strict, but he also had a wonderful sense of humor. The thing I can't forget about him is his enthusiasm for the subject. This rubbed off on nearly all his students because he motivated them to become interested too. As for myself, Mr. Nabil had a lasting effect on me. He was the main reason I chose to continue my studies in English. He helped me choose the best university for what I wanted to study. He also made me believe in myself, and now I'm really confident that one day I'll fulfill my dream of becoming a teacher. I'll never forget Mr. Nabil. I'm glad that he still teaches at my old school, and I hope that the students he teaches now appreciate him as much as I did.
Now let us match the phrases below to the paragraphs. In this paragraph, the writer explains how the person has influenced him. It is paragraph number 3. B. Makes a comment and says how he feels. Usually, to express feelings in writing comes at the end. So it is paragraph number 4. C. Describes the person's character. It is number 2. D. Says who he admires and gives some general information. It is, of course, number 1. After that, now let's read the notes below and find examples of intensifier in the description on the right. We use intensifiers to emphasize adjectives like very, really, extremely, so, pretty, kind of, a little bit, and so on. So if we look to the description on the right, we will find in line number 6, Mr. Nabil was very serious and also quite strict. Also, we have line 17, I am really confident. Now let us go to exercise C. The paragraph we have here has several mistakes, and here we have the correction code. WW means wrong word, PR preposition, T for tense, A for article, and SP for spelling. So let's read the article and try to correct these mistakes together. Bob Breen is a serious and quiet man. Quiet here is wrong. There is something wrong with the spelling. The correct spelling must be the following: quiet. Next, however, past month Bob got a special award for bravery. Past month, wrong word. We usually use it like this: last month. Bob got a special. As you can see, there is a letter wrong with the word special, which is the S. It should be C. The word is special, like this. After that, one morning while he was walking to work, he was hearing a loud explosion. One morning, while he was walking to work, he was hearing a loud explosion. Here, the tense is incorrect. Why? Because when we use while, it is followed by past progressive, like he was walking, then it must be past simple. So, while he was walking to work, he heard a loud explosion. Hearing this loud explosion interrupted the first action, which is walking to work. After that, he heard the man shouting. Okay, here he needs to change the article. We cannot use the because he doesn't know the man, so it's supposed to be he heard a man shouting. Without thinking about his own safety, he ran at the house. He ran at the house. At is mistaken. We need to change it with another preposition. He ran into the house, where he found the man trapped under a heavy bookcase. As you can see, heavy has something wrong with the spelling. It's supposed to be like this. He managed to lift the bookcase and help him out of the house just in time, because minutes later another explosion destroyed the house completely. Another explosion, destroy, it is past case, so the tense here is not correct. It's supposed to be also in the past. Another explosion destroyed the house completely. Now we move to exercise D. Think about a person you admire, look at the question below and talk in pairs. If we want to describe a person, we usually ask these questions. Who is this person? What is he like? What do you like about him? How has he influenced you? We will learn how to answer these questions, and then we will go to the workbook page 22 and then try to apply what we have learned. But first, let us have a quick look at how to describe people. We can describe people using the following items: height, build, age, face, hair, personality, and hobbies. Let us start with the height and build. If I said, how tall is he? You may say that he is tall, short, or average height. If we are talking about his build, his physique, he is overweight, he is athletic, powerful, slim, or long-legged. Age, we may say that he was in his early 20s, he was about 30 years old, he is 12-year-old son, or he is a middle-aged man. For the hair, we usually describe the hair using this order of adjective. We first mention length, style, and then the color. So we say, he's got short, curly, black hair. Short for length, curly for the style, and black for the color. If we want to describe the eyes, we may say that he has got bright or blue, black, or even brown eyes. The face, he has round, square, or even oval face. As for the skin color, we say that he is white, pale, tanned, or dark. For the character, we may say that he is cheerful, sociable, self-confident, moody, rude, or selfish. Of course, moody, rude, and selfish are negative adjectives. The impression he makes on the people who see him, we may say that he looked as if he was waiting for something, or he seemed very confused, or he seemed very confident of himself. When we describe the clothes, we may say that he is elegant, he is well dressed, or untidy looking. fashionable and trendy. For the hobbies, we may say that he likes going to the gym, he likes swimming, or he goes swimming, or he plays football. Now, let us go to page 22 in the workbook and have an idea how to apply these facts. First, we will write 4 paragraphs. An introductory paragraph, which will give some general information about the person, name, how do you know each other. Then the body will be 2 paragraphs. The first one to describe the person's character and to try to give some example. 2, to say what influence the person has had on you and other people. Finally, the conclusion is make a general comment about the person and say how you feel about him. So, dear students, now let's have a look at this model we have in hand. The person I admire most is my grandfather. He was one of the few pearl divers in our small village. Just like his father and his grandfather before him, he learned all about pearl diving from his grandfather. The second paragraph. My grandfather was kind of quiet, but he was pretty cheerful. He liked telling stories about pearl diving. He told the stories in a humorous way, which made us laugh. My grandfather was also a very brave man. Pearl diving was extremely dangerous at that time, as divers did not have the modern equipment they have today. Paragraph 3. I learned a lot about pearl diving from my grandfather, and he taught me to respect the sea. Today, I am considered one of the best pearl divers, thanks to my grandfather. Finally, to the 4th paragraph. I will always admire my grandfather. I hope to teach my children and their children everything I learned from him. So, as we saw together, this model of writing has applied the steps we have gone through. He spoke in the beginning about the person and he gave some general information. Then he mentioned his experience and he gave some example. In the 3rd paragraph, he mentioned how he influenced the society and people around him. And finally, in paragraph number 4, he gave a general comment on his opinion about the person he was talking about. And by this, dear students, we come to the end of our session today. Until next time, أترككم في رعاية الله.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.